Hey, we are live and we are here with another episode with my man, good friend, FIFA streamer from Vegas, GIINO8. How we doing?
Good, good on yourself, Koballa. Thank you for having me here once again.
Yeah, returning guest. So I'm glad to have you back and thanks for taking time out of your day to do this.
I I appreciate it, man. No, thank you for having me here, dude.
Yeah, so I know that you took a little break, right, from streaming and FIFA.
I did. I mean,
Yeah.
I literally I was just uh in a dark place,
Uh-huh.
honestly. Uh I mean, so on December 29, uh 2 days prior to the new year, my grandma passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Um my dad's mom passed away.
Yeah.
And then and then the funeral was not until January the 5th. I couldn't make it because I tested positive for COVID, so
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have that chapter close. I would say. And then after the funeral service, 2 weeks later, my grandpa passed away. My mom's dad passed away.
Mm.
Everything just piled up, and then on top of that, I had school, as you guys know. I felt like I was not focusing on that. I felt like I was drifting apart from school, my family, and just I felt like it was a necessarily thing to take time off. And then obviously with FIFA and everything, like being competitive and stuff like that, it just got to me, man. It's just all the emotions, everything just got to me. So I did take time off, but then I'm back. I'm back, and then I'm back stronger than ever. So yeah.
Yeah, first off, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry that that happened. And I hope you're doing a lot better and your family's doing well.
I
Um
appreciate.
yeah. I know we actually talked about it like in messages.
Yeah,
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 you
yeah.
told me you told me about your grandma passing away and
Yeah, yeah.
you had to go to Mexico, right? If I'm correct.
I was gonna go. I was gonna go, and that was the point. I was gonna go, and then I just because I knew you were gonna come in town, so yeah, so I couldn't make it to Mexico because I had tested positive for COVID, and
Uh-huh.
I just couldn't make it.
Yeah.
My uncle was like, just go like that. I was like, no, because my grandpa, I don't want to get anybody sick over there. And then it was COVID Omicron. It was a new variant. Hold on. Oh, fuck. I know. I
Is
know.
that your son?
My, that's my son. Sorry about that,
No,
guys.
it's all good.
So yeah, so I mean, it was just one of those moments where like I was like in a dark place, and I literally had to talk to my wife about it. I told her, I'm not the same. I feel lost. I feel vulnerable. I feel, you know, I just didn't want to return to the place I was almost 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago, and it just piled up. But I mean, one thing I do understand is that I know both my grandparents wouldn't want me to see me like that, so
Yeah.
that's the reason why I kind of decided not to you know to drift apart and just go in a different direction, and find myself again, and I just went from there.
Yeah. Were you close with your grandparents?
Oh yeah, very close,
Okay.
very very close.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously my grandma, she lived in El Centro, Calexico, in Central California, so it's Baja California.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a 4 to 5 hour drive from here, from Vegas.
Yeah.
I would call her every Sunday. Every Sunday, that was
Damn.
the day I would call my grandma, knowing the fact that she had chemos, and so I kind of let her give her that space to rest up, get her energy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's only been 4 months, about 4 months. I miss her a lot, man.
Yeah.
I miss her voice. I miss her telling me, "Oh, son, how you doing? How you doing? This and that. How are the kids?" And the biggest regret I have, man, I would say, is that she never got to meet my daughter, man.
Mm.
Only in pictures. So it's there. It's just there. That gap is right there, and it's not gonna go away. Um, just the fact that she passed away alone, man. That hurts. That hurts
Mm.
because I remember my dad called me the day before, and I was like, son, I'm just gonna be straight up honest with you. And he told me what's going on, and then I already knew then. I guess I already knew then, and then the following day I got the call like around 6 in the morning, and it was my brother, and I just let the phone go, man. It fell on the floor, and I
Yeah.
just lost it.
Yeah.
I lost it. I lost it completely, and it just went from there. And then my other grandpa, I'm very close with them because I grew up with them. You know, I mean, growing up in where I was, where I'm from, Santa Maria, California, up north, a little like probably like 3 or 4 hours away from the Bay Area, and we used to. My parents, both my parents, my mom and my dad used to work in the field picking up cabbage, lettuce, broccoli, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And they would leave me with my grandparents, and they would take care of us. And it just went from there. You know, I was really close. And then when I got married, I kind of drifted apart, man. He only lived like probably like 5 minutes away from where I live right now, man. And
Mhm.
I remember when he was getting sick, and he's like, "Son, don't forget to visit me." He would tell everybody, every single one of us. And I was just in a dark place at the time as well, man. I was just in a dark place, and when I'm in a dark place, man, I take it seriously, man. Like it's just so hard for me to get out of it. Even friends won't even pull me out of it. Not even loved ones. I said family, friends, whatever, man. It's just so difficult for me to get out of that hole, you know. But when he passed away, I felt it. I felt that pain. I was like, what have I done? Why? I would all these guiltness, that you build up and all that stuff is there. And that's why now I learn from this, and I tell everybody, spend as much as time we can with your loved ones, because one
Mhm.
day they're here and one day they're gone.
Mhm.
And it's just the way it is. I try to spend as much time I can with, I'm trying to change that process, spend time more with my father, my mom, my
Yeah.
brothers, especially with my sister's family. I mean, my sister, sorry, my wife's sister
Mhm.
family, like her parents, her brothers. I try to spend much time I can whenever they have a gathering. Put everything aside and just go over there and just chill, hang
Mhm.
out.
Yeah.
It's there. It's
Mhm.
never gonna go away. So that's
Mhm.
why I tell everybody, people that ask me like, how have you done it? For example, at work, people told me, how did you come out of that? Like, I mean, back to back, not even a month. It was 3 weeks. It was like 3 weeks apart.
Yeah.
And they told me, how did you come out of it? Because there's people that wouldn't even come out of it, especially like if you're close to them like that, it's there. Honestly, I think it was God. It was God by his grace. He lifted me up, and my wife, and then never gave up on me. You guys, the community. I remember I did the video. I did a stream. I updated my community, and they were there, and Shiny, Jesmo, Doug, and all those guys. They were there, and you know they lifted me up. So I mean, I can't complain. You wave you. Uh, if it wasn't for you guys, I feel like I literally would have been gone. Like I would have done something reckless or something dumb, and I'm grateful for that you guys just stepped up, and you know. So yeah.
Yeah, just appreciate you sharing that. Um yeah, I think for me too, like I had my grandma pass away like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Um and the years before that, she was dealing with Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
So those preceding years before she passed away, like I would try to visit her as much as I could.
Yeah.
Um like, you know, once every 2 3 weeks, as much as I could,
Of course.
and it was tough. It was tough seeing her at a nursing home where she needed to be taken care of. And then when you're at a nursing home with a lot of elderly people, a lot of senior citizens who
Hmm.
are not completely there,
Yeah.
it's rough.
It's
It's very humbling when you're in that setting. Every time I
yeah.
go in, I see that it's very humbling. It's
It
like,
should.
yeah, it's just when you're there, you're like, man, like they're at their end, and they need to be taken care of. And I think one of the things I realized too, like you mentioned, is that wow, family is like so important to have, and having
Oh
a good family, having people there for you. If I was in my grandma's situation, like I would want like my grandkids or my kids to come visit me, you know,
Of
as much
course.
as they can and look out for me, and I think at the time, like, I tried my best to be there for my grandma, and
Yeah,
at times, like, I felt I felt kind of helpless, I wish I could do more, but I think all I could really do at the time was just be there for her and just keep her company.
of
And
course, man.
yeah, and it was tough too because she had Alzheimer's, so she didn't have good memory.
Yeah,
So
no,
every time, yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
it's hard.
And
It's difficult to see a loved one like that,
yeah.
like I for example, like I said, my grandma, and I don't know, maybe I'm childish, selfish, or I don't know. I just think that the doctors here, man, they're useless. They don't bother helping you out. And because, my grandma, she had cancer
Yeah.
almost 20 plus years ago. I know that. I know that for a fact. She had breast cancer and it went away. She was in remission for 20 plus years, man. It's a long time, a very, very long time. And when you feel something in your body, you feel that something's wrong, right? And you go to the doctor, tell them, hey, I'm feeling this, I need you to check it out. She did that. She felt the bumps in her chest where her breasts were, because she had both her breasts removed because of the cancer.
Hmm.
Um, she would say that I feel this, I feel these lumps, these bumps, and they were like, no, you're okay. And then she goes to Mexico because it's the border's right there where they live. The border's right there. It's like a 5 minute drive from the border, and they would just cross to the other side. And she went to the doctor over there, and they told her, what, I don't want to scare you now, but I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. Your cancer is back. And I'm pissed. I'm mad. I'm mad. I'm just mad, really mad. I can't let that anger go for some reason. And I know I should. It's the right thing as a human. It's the right thing. It's the right thing because it's just a poison. So I told my dad, like, it's just why, of all people, why? And when my grandpa was because of COVID. Um, so I guess he couldn't breathe. He was having difficult times breathing, oxygen wise, and they took him to the hospital that day. And then my mom calls me scared, almost crying. She was like, "Hey, and we need to get in touch with your grandpa. I need your help." I was like, "Yes, you don't need to ask me twice. Just tell me what to do." So I called the hospital, and I got in touch with the doctors. I got in touch with the nurses, everybody, and they told me straight out that one thing about my grandpa had is that his anxiety, the anxiety attacks would happen frequently.
Hmm.
And that being said, is because he was never used to being alone inside the doctors. My grandma was always there, or somebody, either my mom, my uncles, or my cousins. We would always be there, around him.
Yeah.
But because of COVID, Omicron that was going on at the time, they didn't let us.
Yeah.
So we had to respect the decision. And I remember I talked to my grandpa. I talked to my grandpa, and I told him, Grandpa, you need to be careful. I mean, not to be careful. I mean, you need to relax. You need to let the anxiety, go. Just relax. We're gonna keep in touch with you every day.
Hmm.
His final words to me was, "Son, call me every day. Don't forget to call me." That's the last time I heard my grandpa. That was the last time I heard my grandpa. It was me. Out of all people, it was me.
Hmm.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to understand that, because that day I told my grandpa, I was like, Grandpa, I love you. I'm gonna call you every day, no matter what. I didn't know that his heart had stopped until that later, that the following day.
Hmm.
So his heart stopped, and he was dead for at least 7 to 10 minutes.
Hmm.
They brought him back, obviously,
Uh-huh.
but I knew then, I knew then that he was gone. It was not him no more. And then we have a group chat. My family has a group chat. My mom's side, and we have a group chat, and they were talking about it. And I told them, my grandpa's gone. He's brain dead. He's gone. But then people were like, no, you need to have faith in God and this and that. I have faith in God, but the the way the doctors are describing the whole scenario, like I don't want to say it, but I just got attacked by my cousins, by my aunts. Stop being negative, this and that. So I just left it. But for me, to accept that, it wasn't easy, because I'm just speaking my personal opinion. I'm speaking what they're telling us. Not that I didn't have faith in God. Obviously, God works in mysterious ways. He brings miracles and stuff like that. But the facts were there. The facts were there, and I had to understand that they were there. And for me, it's hard to let it go because the last person he spoke to was me.
Mm-hmm.
And I told my wife, babe, out of all people, why? Just why me? Why? Just why? When my aunt passed away almost 10 years ago, a little over 10 years ago, the last person she talked to was me as well.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. My uncle that passed away, I didn't get to talk to him, but long story short, then my grandma, the last person that she's out of my siblings and the grandchildren that she talked to, it was me. And then my grandpa, same thing. And I just told my wife, why am I being tested like this? And she tells me you shouldn't question God. You know, but it's not that I'm questioning him. It's just there's days I just can't take it no more.
Mm-hmm.
But it's what it is. I guess it's just a test. It just makes me a better person, a better man, uh, more wise, I would say. Honestly, like I said, if it wasn't for you guys, if it wasn't for my family, literally tell you right now, I wouldn't be in this world. I would have probably committed a reckless thing because that's how close I was attached to them. That close. I'm still left with one each, my grandma and my other grandpa. So
Yeah.
I try to spend as much time I can with them. Because there's gonna be one day where they're not gonna be here no more, and it's just the way
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is, man. It's just
Uh-huh.
the way it is. But we're here, striving forward. Can't complain. So yeah.
Yeah. Um, I think the last time I spoke to my grandma before she passed away, I think, um, man, it must have been like a week or two before. And when I was trying to communicate with her, I really couldn't because not only did she have a loss of memory, but she couldn't hear that well too. So essentially, I really couldn't communicate with her, and it was really tough. And I'm just like, man, oh man, what can I do? Like, what can I say? She can't even really hear me, and but I'm just there with her. I'm just spending time with her. And then the last time when I returned to where she was living at, my sister and I went to go visit her together. And then when I went into her room, she I saw like blankets on the floor, and she wasn't there, and I'm like, something's wrong,
Yeah.
something happened. So I went up
Yeah.
to the front desk and I asked, oh, what happened here? And then they mentioned they took her to the hospital.
Yeah.
So I remember going to the hospital and seeing her there. And like my family was there, my aunt. So this is my dad's mother. So
Yeah. Yeah.
on the dad's side, and then
Okay.
yeah, and I
Okay.
remember like we were visiting. I think I visited for like 2 or 3 days, and I was just
Hmm.
there. And then most of the time she was sleeping, and
Of
then
course.
there was, I think there was a moment where she saw me, like my grandma was awake, and like we fed her some food, and like I don't really remember like what she told me or what she said,
Yeah.
but I just I just try to be there for support.
Of course.
And um I remember they like transported her to like another nursing center where they could take care of her from the hospital.
Yeah.
I don't recall if I visited. I've Yeah, I don't think I did because I was actually living in the Bay Area at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I wasn't here in Southern California where my
Eh,
family
eh,
and my grandma
okay.
were living at.
Okay.
Yeah, so when that was all going around, that was around like Christmas time of like 2018. And
That's
then
crazy.
yeah, after a couple weeks, um, my mom messages me and saying that she passed away. And I remember just while I was there at the hospital too, I felt like I had this feeling like, oh man, like this could be like the last time that I see
Yeah,
her, you know? And like obviously I wanted her to get better,
yeah,
but knowing the reality of what was going on, I felt there was a good chance like this is the last time I was gonna see her.
yeah.
So,
No, I mean, when the facts are there, man, you just you just can't avoid it. I mean, they're there, you know. At the end of the day, you know, I mean, it sucks, you know. Um, it's a loved one, but we have to move on. And I think that's one of the biggest issues that I have. Like I would say that it's letting go. You know, it's
uh-huh.
letting go. I mean, I mean, I should let go more often, for frequently, but I just can't. I just can't. It's just hard. It's difficult, and I mean, obviously they don't. None of my family members wants to see me sad, or anybody, you know, in general. But if it's yeah, it's just sometimes you just miss them, and you know, especially if you're attached to them like that, you know, and like even if it's a friend. I mean, it could be a friend, it could be anybody, to be honest with you. And when you lose that, once you lose that, and they're not here with you, I mean, you know, what do you do? Where do you go? Where do you go from there? You know, because that's what comes in your mind. You know, that's what comes in your mind. And it's like, what do you do from here? Like, you know, it's like, what now?
Right.
Obviously, we're not thinking clearly enough, you know. But actually, the whole point is to move on and, you know, keep, you know, striving to success and this and that. You know, make yourself, you know, make them proud. Make them make them proud the way that they saw you in their own eyes. You know, like, oh, that's my grandson. You know, that's him.
Mhm.
That's and that. But obviously, us, we're thinking differently. But I mean, it's just what it is, man. It's, you know, at the end of the day, they're not suffering no more, and you know, it's just a privilege. You know, I always I tell myself, you know, it was a privilege to have them as my grandparents. You know, I would never change that for anything in the world. I don't care what
Mm.
it is, never anything. I take it. I pride myself to be a family man. I really pride myself to be a family man, and you know, I think that's the one thing that has brought my family and, you know, really close. Same thing with my wife. You know, Mm, it's the best feeling. Um, no more, no money, nor anything, nor job or anything in the world would change that or will be able to take that away from me. You know, I'm a dedicated person when it comes to like hanging out with family now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what it is, man.
Yeah, that's great to hear that you value family that much. And like going back to my grandma, I mean, it was much like you where like my parents when I was younger worked long
Yeah,
hours, and
yeah,
when that was the case and when I didn't have school, they would just take me to my grandma's, you know, and she
yeah.
would
It's
take
the way
care
it
of me.
is.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
That's
just the
how it
way it
was.
is. That's
And
how it is.
yeah, yeah. And that's how I grew close to my grandma. And even after like that period where I didn't need to be taken care of, like I would still
Yeah,
come to visit her whenever I could,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. Of course.
Even
Yeah,
to the point, you know, when she got sick and she had Alzheimer's, you know, I was still there for her
of course.
because she took care of me and you just it's just family, you know. And yeah, I think even after death it made me realize like the value of family and how important that is to have a good like support system, a loving family, loving and caring
Yeah.
um that that is going to support you and you are going to support them, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah. No.
yeah, it was just like that loss, it just made me reflect on that concept. I'm like, and when I was in the Bay Area, like I was away from my family and friends, and
Of course.
I come to realize, you know, oh man, like I I
You
miss
miss them.
that. Yeah, I miss that.
You
I miss
miss
that community. Yeah, I miss
you
my
miss you
family, my
miss it.
friends.
You miss it. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why.
so
I tell my wife, like, there's times where I just want to leave Vegas. I don't want to be here no more. I'm
Uh-huh.
tired of it.
Yeah.
But then again, I realize, my family's here, my wife's family's here, my friends are here,
Yeah.
all my friends are here, and I just couldn't see myself being without them,
Yeah.
being far, being out of, it's just I couldn't see
Right.
myself doing that, to myself. I feel like that would be a torture, but I mean, it's what it is, man. Just like I said, I've always said this, and growing up, if you could you could be rich, you could not be rich, you could be a mid-class person or whatever you call it. But the one thing we need to value here in the world is family and friends, like
Mm.
the true friends, because to find a true friend is nowadays, man, it's so hard. It's difficult.
Mm-hmm.
There's people that would turn your backs on you and you'd be screwed over. But
Yeah.
once you find that true friend, like I have my friend, my buddy from elementary school, man. Me and it's crazy because we went through elementary school together. We
Yeah.
went through middle school together, and then in high school we parted ways because he went to a different school and I went to a different school. And then after high school, 4 years later, we ended up meeting in the same job.
Uh-huh.
It's crazy. So he works where I work at the Venetian, but he just works in a different department.
Yeah.
But isn't that crazy? That's how my friendship with him is there. You know, it's been established, and it's been a good journey to have him as a friend. He's like my brother. He's just,
Yeah.
you know, I couldn't change that for the world. And like I said, if you could be the best person, you could be a famous person, be rich, middle class, low class, whatever. But if you don't have family or friends there to love you and support you on your darkest days, then you're just a goner. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
But I mean, everybody's different. Everybody thinks differently. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like even in like the most joyous occasions or times of, you know, trial, tribulation, it's as long as your family's there and you're with them, I mean, even in the saddest or happiest moments, like you guys are there for each other, you know?
Exactly.
And man, that's so crucial to have in life. And if you don't have that, it really does suck.
Yeah, it
Like
does, man.
it
It
hurts
does.
to not have that,
Yeah, man.
loving community
It's it,
in your
it it
life. Yeah.
does, man. It does. It really does. Believe it or not, people think that it's not, but it is. And like I said, me being suicidal all these years, this and that, I reflect on it. I take that as I grab that, and it's that lesson right there. And I always tell myself, the people that commit the suicide, like literally take their own lives, is because you were weak-minded. Not only because you were weak-minded, you didn't have the loved ones around you to support you, to lift you up. I said, you know, it, this goes generation after generation after generation. Obviously, we see bullying around the world, and obviously we see people in, having problems with what's it called, psychiatric ways. You know what I mean? Like you're just, you just need to have somebody there to pull you out of that place. And like I said, and that is established by the friends you have around you, your loved ones, cousins, your mom, your dad, your grandparents, your aunts, whatever, whoever it is. If you don't have that, I mean, obviously you're just a nobody. That's how I see life. Um, and sometimes I feel like sometimes, like, us people, us humans, sometimes it's so hard to trust somebody. But
Yeah.
if we don't give ourselves that chance, how can we trust that person?
Mhm.
So and it happens even with family. It's even weird. So, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely do sympathize with people that, do have this mentality that they want to take away their own life, and I'm sure there's so many factors to it, whether it's genetic or just their surroundings, and maybe a lot of things, so many things are just going wrong for a lot of these people. And it's like you said, if like I really wish like those people just reach out to like there's like good people out there that are willing to help you,
Exactly.
and
Exactly. You said it yourself. You just said
yeah,
it yourself. Sorry to cut you in, but you said it yourself. You have to give yourself that opportunity. You have to give yourself that chance. It's like me, for example, like me, you. Like I was in my darkest place, when this happened. Either I stayed back with my feelings and start crying to death, whatever, and then commit a wrongful sin or whatever,
Hmm.
or reach out to somebody, reach out for help, reach out, scream at the top of my lungs, and just I need help. It's not that hard to do, to be honest with you, man. Like literally, it's not that hard. Like, yeah, you're right. We don't know what other people are going through and around the world. We don't know that. But if there's somebody out there, just reach out. I've always said this, in my community when I stream, guys, if you guys are having difficult times whatsoever, you could always reach out to me in personal message, and we'll just either do a video call or we could just text, and then I can help you guys out. Just the most important thing is to let everything that has built up inside you, to let it out. Don't let it keep building up. It's like we're like a boiler, like a steam. Once we reach to our max, what's the next thing to do? It's gonna explode. We're gonna explode. It's just like a boiler, like a gas tank. Whenever you fill it up and you freaking lit it up on fire, what's gonna happen? It's gonna blow up. That's how I see life. And it took me all these years. Like I said, both my parents got divorced when I was like freaking 10, 11 years old.
Hmm.
They got divorced, and I had to change my way. So I kind of lost my childhood on that, and be the man, step up as the man for my mom and for
Hmm.
my brothers.
Yeah.
And dude, I've become so wise. I told my wife, like, I just can't believe how wise I am, how mature I've grown up, this and that. Yeah,
Hmm.
there's days that I goof around, but because there's always that kid inside of us, like you're never gonna let it go. It's always good. It's always time. It's always good to goof around, mess around, this and that. And if you don't do that, then who are you? You're just pretending to be somebody you're not.
Yeah.
That's how I see it, man. But yeah, man, you just never know. Obviously, that's the problem in this world, I would say. And that it all starts at home. Everything starts at home.
Right.
Your parents could teach you how to be they're going to teach you how to be racist or not, be friendly, be joyful, whatever. It starts there. Then obviously when we grow up watching stuff that we shouldn't be watching, that's not proper for kids, that's not proper for us teenagers, this and that. And we start asking these questions. Why does this happen? What caused this? What it's like, for example, like the whole thing with Russia and Ukraine, man. It's sad. It's sad, man. Like I just it's ridiculous, man. And then obviously, when you meet a friend or you see somebody that's in the outcast, I wonder what this kid is going through. I remember going to high school, man. I got to meet a couple like that. I would literally just go up to them, hey, are you okay? Is everything okay? And I become friends with them, and
Yeah.
protect them. Because
Yeah.
always bullying in high school, it's surreal. Even in elementary school nowadays, man. I tell my son, papas, if somebody bullies you, you tell the teacher. Tell the teacher. If they don't do anything, you smack them around, kick his ass. I don't care. I tell him, defend yourself. Defend yourself. Obviously, don't do it right away. Tell the teacher first. Go to a superior. Be like, oh, hey, Mr. Mrs. He's bugging me. Can you please tell him to stop this and that? And if they don't listen, kick his ass. It's the only way, bro. It's the only way to do it, man. I mean, obviously, I don't want it to be violent, but I don't want my kid to be bullied around. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So that's just the way it is, man.
Uh huh. Yeah, that there's a lot to break down there. Of all the things you mentioned. I do want to go back to the point where you mentioned being vulnerable and
Mhm.
expressing those feelings and how important that is.
Yeah,
Yeah, that does. Yeah, that's crucial. And the thing is too, like you want to open up to people that are trustworthy as
exactly.
well. Because you don't want to. The thing is, if you just open up to anyone, and then they might not be the right person. They might not be
But
the
that's
good recipient of like they could just not care and dismiss
exactly.
everything you're saying.
But that's the thing, man. Like I say, look, we're not gonna know that.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're not gonna know that, man.
Yeah.
We're not gonna. And that's why I say this. You know what I mean? That's why I say this. That in order for us to open up, it doesn't. Yeah. For example, you're right. You have my utmost respect what you just said right there. That you're right. We're not gonna know. The fact is that we're not gonna know who's gonna be trustworthy or not. We
Yeah.
just have to take that leap of faith. If we
Right.
don't take that leap of faith, man, we're
Uh-huh.
never gonna move on forward.
Yeah.
You just never know.
Yeah.
Like I said, the world is full of surprises, man. That's one thing I did learn, and I would never, I would never take it for granted, man. So yeah, I mean,
Well,
like I said,
yeah, yeah. I'll point out one thing too is like kind of like you're saying in your mentality is you're willing to reach out to other people that are in need, which is great. Like we
yeah,
need more people like you to do that.
yeah.
So more people out there can be more comfortable in sharing what they're going through.
I think that's established based on who you are, man.
Right.
I mean, because not everybody does that, man. Let's be honest. Let's just be real honest, man. Not everybody would do that,
Right.
where they will reach out, hey, Kabbalah or U-Wave, Jesmo, George, Gino, whatsoever. How you doing? Not everybody does that, man. But if you think about it, it's the right thing to do as a human. As a
Yeah.
human being, it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
You just never know, man. Like even if they're having the best time of their lives, still reach out to them.
Mhm.
Let them know, hey, how you doing? How's it been? It's been a long time. This and that. They want to hear that.
Yeah.
Us humans, we want to hear that,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to your mom and dad, your grandparents, your cousins, your uncles, your aunts, your kids. I, I one thing that I was being selfish at times, and my wife called me out on it too. You never asked me how my day is going at work. She was right. I was being dumb. I was being a loser there. Now I ask her every day, how's your work? How's your
Mhm.
day been? I tell my son as well,
Mhm.
hey, papas, how was your day at school? This and that. Like, it feels good.
Yeah.
It's there. Like, you're never gonna let it go. You know what I mean? I remember, I'm not gonna lie. My wife has called me out on so many things that I do wrong. And because of my pride, I deny it. But she's right.
Mhm.
Even my mom, my mom to this day, my dad, they're right. I just got to put my pride aside and accept the facts that they're right.
Yeah.
So I mean, I try to work on that as much as I can, but it feels good. Once I start working on it, it does feel good. It makes you feel a better person, this and that. And like I said, whenever I can, whenever I it just goes from there, man. That's why whenever you guys tune into the stream or you guys stream, I pop in, ask you guys how you guys are doing. How's this? How's that?
Mhm.
It doesn't matter who it is. I'm always there, just asking those questions. Maybe I don't chat a lot, but the most important thing for me, I think the most important questions would be like, how's everybody doing? Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's what it is, and the rest will just take its flow.
Yeah. Um yeah, I think it's good that when I guess people hold you accountable, like you do recognize you do get to a point where hey, maybe I am uh falling short in this area and I need to fix that. And it takes a real man to be able to do that, to accept responsibility of their actions. And listen, man, it's not an easy thing to do. Like we
That's
all have pride,
yeah,
and
we all have pride.
we
Exactly.
all
Yeah.
need a piece of
Yeah.
humble pie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
I'll be the first one to say that. It's not easy for people to call me out on certain things, but when you sit back and you think about what they said, you're like, okay, maybe he's got something there, and I
Yeah.
maybe that's an area I do need to fix. But
Yeah.
that's good. At the end of the day, that's good because people that really love and care about you, they'll keep you accountable in that way, and make you a better person.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have that, then you're really never gonna grow. To be
No.
honest,
No.
you could
No,
have
you
you could
won't.
have yes men around you and do whatever the hell you want, but are you really growing at that point, or are you just
Mm,
like spoiling yourself and getting whatever you want? You
Exactly.
know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. No, like I said, man, it just takes on the self being, on your self being. What do you want? Who do you want to be? And it's funny, look, it's gonna be crazy. Like I said, people laugh at me when I bring up like stuff from movies, because in a movie, there's always a hidden message, man. Always.
yeah,
You just gotta pay really close attention to it. If you're just there to go enjoy the movie, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. But I pay really close attention there. And let's go back to what movie is this? I think Man of Steel, Superman. And if you look at the trailers, in one of the trailers, or or in the movie as well, Jonathan Kent tells Clark, you just have to decide who do you want to be when you grow up, Clark. Whoever that man is, it's gonna change the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. It's true,
Yeah.
man. Those little things reflect on it. You know what I mean? Like you just gotta think about those.
Uh-huh.
So yeah,
For sure.
yeah, man.
Yeah, I think you know what, like in life, whenever for me personally, when things don't go my way or I go through really challenging times, I realize too, like for myself, I can have bad outlets,
Of course.
and just like go down a path that is not healthy for me. And sometimes I do like fall short and I give in and I give into my emotions and I get upset and, just do a lot of negative things. But,
I mean, we're human beings, man.
yeah,
We're not perfect. We're not
right, right,
perfect.
right,
Sometimes if we don't, as you said yourself, sometimes as humans we give in into our emotions. We fall.
right.
We fall.
Yeah.
But if we don't fall, then we're never gonna learn from those lessons. You know
That's
what
the
I mean?
most interesting thing, right? Because the times that I felt like I've grown the most are after the fact that I went through the most difficult times.
Of course.
That's the funny thing.
Yeah.
That's the irony, it's just like
Yeah.
you kind of have to put yourself in the fire for
Yeah.
you to be refined.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
which is yeah,
Yeah, man.
but that's how you grow. That's what's needed in life and like, I understand like that's even the challenging times in life, that's what I needed to go through to be the person that I am.
Yeah, man. It's just I guess it's one step at a time, like baby steps, like they say. And when I took that time off, man, I reflect on it. Um, I really reflect on it. You know what? What am I doing? Who do I want to be in life? Obviously I was going to school. I still want to finish school. I'm not taking
Yeah.
school right now. Don't get me wrong. I still want to finish school, but right now with everything that's going on, I'm just gonna do what I have going on. And as much as I want to finish school, man, I really want to focus on this. Try to make it a career. The streaming world. It's
Hmm.
not easy. Obviously, it's not easy. Creating content is not easy. Some people don't. They get frustrated. Oh, he's not creating enough content. But I mean, once you have family, man, it's difficult, and you have a full-time job. It's difficult. It's very, very difficult. It's not easy.
Yeah.
You have to balance it. You have to balance it. I just don't want to focus on one thing and then let the other thing fade away because that's not who I am.
Hmm.
But I mean, I will go back to school. Don't get me wrong. With time, I'll go back to school. Right now, I would support. Whatever we have, my wife and I have going on, I will support that 100%. If she wants to go study or she wants to do something else, and I will support her because she already has supported me and throughout so much stuff, and it's time for me to give back. But other than that, man, like I said, I feel happy to be back, dude. I literally just it makes me feel happy when I tune to the streams to you guys, especially you Wave, and other guys that I watch, and then when I do it, you guys do the same thing. It's there, the love, the vibes are there, and it makes you a better person. And then playing wise, competition wise, man, I'm not gonna let it get to my head no more.
Yeah.
Whatever happens happens. It's just a goddamn game at the end.
Yeah.
Like I said yesterday, dude, freaking off streaming. I got home. I was like, I had worked the day before. I had worked a 12-hour shift, and yesterday I did a 10-hour shift. I was
Yeah.
supposed to do a 12-hour shift, but it's like I can't do 12 hours. I'm beat out. So I got home at 10. I went in at 12. So from 12 to 12, that was my shift.
Hmm.
And I asked the manager, can I leave at 10? So I did a 10-hour shift yesterday. I got home. I was playing division rivals because I wanted to finish the division rivals thing, the rewards or whatever, because
Yeah.
I was not gonna be able to play today. And today I had so much going on. And I didn't pay attention. I really didn't pay attention. And I made it to Division One for the first time in my career, FIFA. Me,
Hmm.
a Division One player.
Hmm.
It's crazy. And I wish I would have done it in the stream, but I was not streaming at the time. I shared the news to the community, and they were all happy for me, and that motivates me to even go further. And then now they're saying go to Elite Division. Oh, it's like whoa, one step at a time. But it feels good, man. It feels good to be known for that your skills, knowing what you are capable of doing in a video game. I just can't believe it. I've worked so hard since FIFA 18, since I started playing Ultimate Team, and then now I call myself a Division One player. For me, it's an
Hmm.
honor to be on top with those players, man.
Yeah, you could
So yeah,
definitely hit elite. I've hit elite. If I can hit it, you can hit it.
yeah, man. I don't know, man.
No, you definitely can.
We'll
You're definitely capable. You're good enough.
we'll see, man. We'll see.
Yeah.
But like I said, man, I just feel proud of myself, man. That I call myself a Division One player. I was known for Division Two, Division Three, and now I am officially a Division One player, which is good.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's not because you're not good enough, maybe because you don't have enough time in your hands. I feel like if you had more time,
Oh
you
man,
would hit elite for sure.
nah, trust me, man. I've worked so hard for it, man. Trust me, believe it or not, man. I've been working hard for this since FIFA 18, man. Since I started playing Ultimate Team. And the fact is that I had all the time in the world, but I would just bottle it
Uh-huh.
every time. Whenever the last match would, obviously with the last match, it decides whether you stay in the like back in the last previous FIFAs, man. You have to reach certain pointage to reach the next division. It's not like the one we have right now.
Right, right,
But
right.
I would always botch the damn last game, always, 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 and I had to start all over again.
Oh, so you
And
never hit Div 1 like for any of the
never,
FIFAs? Oh, I
never,
see. Got it.
never, never.
Got
This
it.
is the first time. I've always been a Division Two, Division Three player, and this is
Got
the
it.
first time.
Wait,
First time,
what
man.
was the highest SR you hit last year? Do you remember?
I can't remember, man. It's just so many games that I played last. I play more. I feel like I played more last year than I did this year.
Okay.
But I really don't remember, to be honest with you. But I remember always, bottling the last match. Always, always, man. And it sucked because I would get mad. Like I want to be on top. I want to be with the best of the best of the best. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously Division One for people think that, oh, it's just Division One. No, for us, if you take it seriously at competitive ways, man, it means much more than that. It
Right.
really does.
Right.
But it's just the way it is, man. But now I'm happy. I get finally rest, relax, and just tell myself I made it.
Yeah.
And we'll see what's in store for us in the next coming weeks or in the next months, and we'll just go from there.
Yeah. I think last year I hit Div 1 and I hit the 2000 SR mark. So I was pretty happy about that.
For me, I think it was like probably like 17, maybe. No, probably like I don't know, man. Probably like 15 or 16, I think. I can't remember. I
Yeah.
can't. I'll have to pull it up and see from there. But it was pretty low. It wasn't that high.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't that high. It wasn't that high.
Yeah, for me, like towards the end of FIFA 21, I was really hitting my stride. Like
Oh, no,
I was on my A game, and
that's
then I
good,
was
man.
hitting like gold 1 consistently, and I was able to hit that 2000 SR mark. So
Nice.
I was pretty happy, and then
Yeah,
going into
nice.
22, I was like it just went downhill.
Yeah,
22, I struggled. I was like, "Oh
it
my gosh."
happens. Like
Yeah.
it happens, man. It happens. And then obviously, I got back into the trading thing, and then it just
Yeah.
felt good. It just feels good, man. It feels good to be back. That's the only thing I could say. Um, I'm still learning, learning throughout the process. And whenever I can help the community out, I help them out. And
Yeah.
I just don't want to be that person that charges for to make coins. I wouldn't see myself doing that.
I
I just
see.
can't. I couldn't see myself doing that.
I see. For sure.
But it just goes from there, man.
Yeah, for sure. Um, so then how much time did you take off from streaming? When did you start
Uh,
streaming again?
it was like mid-February, so I stopped streaming in October. So
Okay,
probably like mid-October. So this November, December, January, about 3 months, almost
three
4 months,
months. Got it.
about 4 months, almost 4 months, man.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah. I think I came back streaming towards the end of February, so about 4 months.
Got
About
it.
4 months.
Okay.
Yeah, because I remember I started investing in the team of the weeks like towards the end of February, and then
Uh-huh.
just went from there.
Got it.
Yeah.
And then yeah, how's the streaming been since you came back?
It's been good, man. It's been good. I reached 130 followers, which for me it's a huge thing.
Nice.
130 followers is
Yeah.
nice, and then obviously I have the same viewers as always. You know, my right to go guys, Jesmo and Duggenheim and Shiny and all those guys. And then whenever somebody pops in, this and that, they're more than welcome to join in. I'm not gonna force anybody to stick around.
Yeah.
They're there because they want to be there.
Uh-huh.
And it's been going good, man. Honestly, I just can't complain. It's been going good. I've met some new people as of lately, really wonderful people, to be honest with you. I got rated by some really good streamers out there, and it's my respect to them, for checking it out, giving me that opportunity to broadcast to other people, their community as well.
Yeah.
It means a lot. It really means a lot. So,
Yeah, for sure.
but yeah, man.
Yeah, that's really good. I'm glad you're back streaming. And are you also taking a break from school?
I am. I
Okay.
didn't get a chance to. I didn't get a chance to register for the winter semester. Uh,
Okay.
so, but I'm probably gonna wait, man, because I was actually getting help from the government, and then now that my wife is back to work, I'm not gonna get that help. And then we have some. Obviously, I got the mortgage, I got this, I got that,
Yeah.
and I got so much stuff. I just can't keep adding more debt to that. You know what I mean? Well, I really pride myself not to add that kind of debt.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, it's time will. The time will be. There's gonna be another day where the time will be right for me to go back, and I'll just go back. The most
Okay.
important thing is I already knocked out 4 credits, which is a good thing. So,
Uh-huh.
it's just go from there.
How much more schooling do you have to do?
I say about another year to a year and a half.
Okay. Got
I mean,
it.
it's not too bad. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just not bad at all. So, I mean, I just got really because I was a full-time student, so that's the reason why I was able
Right.
to knock these 4 credits out. And then now that I mean, it's the basic classes, which is the most important thing.
Uh-huh.
And now I'll be able to focus on the primary. It's what's it called, the goal for me to for my success. Psychiatrist.
Yeah.
I'll just go from there. So yeah.
Okay, got it. Um, yeah, that's good that I don't know, was a break needed for you for the school, you feel like?
Yeah, it was needed, man, because I was working overnight at the time, and I mean, as much as I love it, I mean, I was able to work on my school and overnight, but there was times I had to be in the class, and I couldn't make it. I had to watch the rerun, and for me to watch the rerun, it was good, but there's times I had so many questions,
Uh-huh.
so like I had to reach out to the teacher, and then I had to wait for them to reply because there was a huge time difference between us. They were on the East Coast. The school I was doing was in the East Coast, and I'm on the West Coast. So I mean, it wasn't working out.
Yeah.
Like if I was live during the class and I was able to interact with them right away because they're
Uh-huh.
live, they're there,
Yeah.
and my questions would be answered. Not that I needed any help. I mean, but there's times where like I was confused at like certain things on the subject and stuff like that, and it's just so many projects, man. I had to do like 4 freaking projects, and it was a huge part of my grade, and it just went from there. Yeah, no,
I see you're sad.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, you had so many things going on. Even when I talked to you on the last podcast, like, I don't know how you do it, man. You working full time, you got a family, full time student, and you're streaming and playing FIFA. I don't know how you do it, man.
You just
Crazy.
get used. You just get used to it, man.
You
You
get
just
you.
get used to
Uh huh.
it. Once you find the rhythm, then there's no
Sure.
stopping you, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, man. Like on the last stream, and I mentioned this to you, and I tell you this again.
Yeah.
I like to shatter my own limits, man.
Uh huh.
Like kind of like Goku, man. That's who I am.
Uh huh.
I wanna excel beyond that. I wanna be the very best that's out there. It doesn't matter what it takes me. I'll do it. I'll just do it. I'll go and do it. That's who I am. That's who I am, man. Uh,
Yeah,
it,
for sure.
it's not easy to think like that. It's not easy, to be honest with you. People think like I said people think like people. Most of my friends laugh at me. My bros laugh at me like, oh, you're trying to be like this. It's like, well, I am.
Uh huh.
That's the reason why I have everything I have right now, and obviously not because of me, but I always thank the mighty old Lord that because of Him. But at the same time, it's me. He's the one who gives me the strength, and I'm the one who goes through the work, the duty, the labor, and all that stuff. So,
Mhm.
so yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's very inspiring. That's very motivating for me to work
Yeah, man.
harder. If I can only work as half as hard as you, maybe I'll get a lot of things done.
Never say never, man. I believe in you, man. You're a really good friend, a really good streamer, and whatever you have in life, man, just do it, man. Don't stop. Don't let anything stop you, man. And like I said, man, if you ever need to talk to somebody, I'm always there. The same thing with other people are out there that you have known. I'll always be there, even if it takes me a day to reply, but I reply. So,
Hmm.
so yeah.
No, I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. You're a really great guy, and I'm glad I gotten to know you. I enjoy your streams as well. Very, very chill, and you're very helpful. You're willing to go out of your way and help all your viewers, which I love, man. I think that's
Yeah,
awesome.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I see your heart in the stream.
It's there, man. Like
Yeah.
it's there, dude. Like I said, I really, if there's a day where like it really comes to that point where like I really actually do it full time, you know,
Yeah.
then I'll do it, But as in the meantime, right now, it's just step by step, I'll get there. Eventually, I'll get there. Eventually, I'll get there.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Well, before it's almost approaching an hour, and
So
I'll let you go soon because I know you
yeah,
got a soccer game.
I do. I do. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you want to do with the streaming and with the rest of FIFA 22? Do you have any plans in regards to that?
I mean, for the rest of FIFA, I would just say keep building, keep learning the investment world. Obviously, when FIFA 22 came out, the 83s, which was the most thing I invested last year, were total bust. One thing I did learn from this stream or this FIFA was that team of the weeks. I really got into the team of the weeks. I made a ton of coins on team of the weeks, and I gotta credit Teddy 127, man. He is the one who kind of pointed out the journey, the methods, and all that stuff, and I
Yeah.
learned from that.
Uh-huh.
And then obviously I scout my own players as well, like players that I think that are gonna excel in price, and we just go from there, man. I've made a ton of coins, man. Like I was at 1 mil. Right now I'm at 3 mil. So I made 2 mil in 2 weeks when I came back. Because that's where I was at one
Yeah.
mil, like one something mil. And when I came back, I got into it right away. I was able to reach 3 mil. So I made 2 mil in profit.
Yeah.
And then I'm on my way to break my record from last year. So yeah.
Very
So
nice.
I'm looking forward to it. And then obviously with FIFA, yeah, I mean I can't say much about FIFA, man. We'll see what happens.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I hit the elite division. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I just gotta take it one step at a time and just have fun, man. Nah, I'm not gonna rage no more. Like I haven't raged in a good minute. So it's like it makes
That's
me feel
good.
good. It
Yeah.
makes me feel good. At the end of the day, it's a game. I just guys here at the end of the day, it's a game. And then hopefully we could get into. I'm trying to do more of a Nintendo Switch as well. Obviously, with Mario Strikers coming out in the next coming months, Smash Bros. I love the fighting games. And we'll see what happens, man. I'm just gonna leave it up to the community and see what they think. And just go from there. And then that's the thing. Like most people think that we're gonna open packs in my stream. It's not like that. I mean, yeah, I'll open packs from time to time, but I mean, I just want to invest, and make people happy, making profit. Like and have them
Yeah.
build their own teams so they don't drop actual real money.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, there's a lot of competitors out there. Like I said, I mean, you're talking about Teddy, the food captain, this and that.
Yeah.
Run the food market is another one. I mean, those are top serious competitors. When it comes to the market.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So yeah, man.
for sure. Um, well, I do want to ask one more thing is how often are you streaming and what's your streaming schedule right
So
now?
right now I'm streaming 4 days a week only, man. I'm streaming from Thursday to Sunday. That's
Okay.
the only days I'm streaming right now. I might just drop it down to one more day, so probably just 3 days a week,
Uh-huh.
which will be the weekendly, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay.
I don't know yet. It just depends how I see myself, like based on my out here with my family and all that stuff. But yeah, right now it's Thursday through Sunday right now, man.
Eh,
And then I got into do a little bit more YouTube videos and stuff like that. I'm trying to learn how to edit videos and stuff like that. 'Cause I kind of lack on that.
yeah.
But yeah, man, it just goes from there, man.
What time of the day do you usually stream on those days?
I stream during the content when content drops 10 a.m.
Oh, I
So
see. Okay.
Yeah, 10 a.m. all the way up to like I only stream 2 hours, man. I'm not gonna make it 3 hours. If I make it 3 hours, it's because either I'm playing or I'm just having a good time with the chat. With the
Uh-huh.
chat, we'll get into a serious debate and this and that. And I was like, it's
Yeah.
always fun, man. It's always fun to have those debates with those people, man. And
Yeah,
it's just funny,
for
funny
sure.
stuff.
Man, I wish I could tune in during those times, but usually during those times I'm probably the most busiest.
No, man, it's okay,
Yeah.
man. Whenever you guys tune in, and
Yeah.
I respect that. And like I said, I've always said this, like I'm not gonna force anybody. I have to understand that either all of you guys have your own lives to deal with and this and that, your jobs, etc. I have to
Yeah.
respect that.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna
For
be that
sure.
typical streamer where like, hey, I need you to tune into my streams now. This no, no, no,
Yeah.
no, no. That doesn't go with me, man. And like I said, whoever's there is because they want to be there, they want to be there, have a good time, chill, have the vibes and all that kind of stuff. And it just goes from there.
Right.
But I'm always grateful for whoever tunes in. I'm always grateful for the subscriptions. I'm always grateful for the donations, this and that. And it just goes from there. I know he knows that it's time for us to go to the park.
Bro, I want to be in the streams to make some coins, so.
Hey, like I said, man, just
Uh-huh.
just reach out to
For
just
sure.
reach out to me, man. Just reach out to me, dude. And then obviously, ask the questions, man.
For sure.
Just ask the questions, man. And if you need me to, just share stuff, then I'll share with you guys what I think. Like I said, what we be doing like for us right now, it's like we try to find like the 82s, like Pepe, like Lacroix, Neto,
Yeah.
Dumfries, those players, man. Like we buy them at like 800 coins to 950, and then we sell them for 1700.
Got it.
It's 50% right there, bro. But if,
Yeah.
if you do it in 1 week, man, you could make 1 million out of that in 1 week. It just depends how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously when you have your 100K, you invest more on the bigger stuff, on the big
Right.
boys. So
Got it.
yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, and like the
Fantastic.
other yeah, the other day, man, I tipped out GIINO8, from the Mexican League, the
Mm-hmm.
French dude striker. We bought him at 800 coins. We sold him for 3,000 coins. It's just crazy, man. Crazy,
Wow.
crazy. I know. Yeah, it is. Sometimes it's just about the waiting game, man. It's just how you wait. People get impatient. Like I've seen some of my followers get really impatient. Now tell them it just depends what EA drops. Even Teddy, that he's an expert, has said it himself. It just depends on the SBCs.
For sure.
So yeah.
All right. Well, what are the links that people can find you? Twitch, social media.
Yeah, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, and Discord, and that's it, man. I don't have nothing else but besides that. So
Is
yeah,
it Gino with 2 eyes and an 8
and
on all of them?
exactly on
Okay.
all of them.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and TikTok as well. I forgot about TikTok. Yeah.
And TikTok. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make sure to drop the links below so you guys can check him out. Gino, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you, man. Thanks
No,
for
no, no.
doing
I,
this.
I thank you for having me around, man. It's an honor to be here and support you and just go from there, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then when are you coming to Vegas? That's the one. When are you gonna be here?
So just stick around after the podcast ends. I'll
I
I'll
will
I'll,
then.
I'll talk to you in private
Okay, for
in
sure.
regards to
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, definitely,
All
of
right.
course.
So we'll end it here, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. You guys have a good one.
Have a good one, guys.
Oh, hold up. Destiny here. Oh, Favor. He was in the chat. He asked a lot of questions. Should I go down the questions before
Yeah,
we head
for
out?
sure. Yeah, for sure. That's fine. That's fine. Fine, by
Okay.
all means.
That's his son, his kids. He said, how many kids you got?
I have three. I have two boys and my recent newborn, a daughter. She's gonna be 8 months in 7 days.
Awesome.
Yeah,
And then he said,
yeah.
how many are you planning to get?
No, that's it. That's
That's
it. That's
it.
that's it. Yeah, that's it.
All
That's
right.
it.
Yeah, I know this guy. Favor. Yeah. I hope I answer your question, man. My bad, dude. I didn't have the other screen on, but um I got you, man. That's my dude.
Thank-
But thank you for sticking around to the end. We'll catch you later. Thank you guys for tuning in. Till next time.
Till next time, boys.